Hey, welcome to Watch My Kike. I am Mike and welcome to my garage. I don't usually do videos in my garage, but here we are. So I'm here again to talk about the MSR Guardian. I did a review on this, or a preview on the Guardian when it first came out about 4 years ago. I've used it on and off since then, and I've had some issues with it. And I haven't really cared about the first couple issues. First one being the arm breaking. I mean, it is a big deal. It was a cold trip I was on, and I was pumping it. It was cold, and it just broke. I don't even remember where it broke, actually. I think it broke up somewhere in here, but I couldn't use it. MSR sent me a new one. Next issue I had was the piston piece in here broke, and well, that renders it completely useless. And MSR knew they had an issue with it. They had remanufactured some of them, and they sent me a new one. No big deal. And today, on a pre-check before I was going on a trip, I just ran some water through it, made sure everything was good, and well, water started spraying out of this bottom part down here. If I'm having this issue, I'm sure somebody else is, so I'm going to show you what it looks like, because maybe yours is sitting in a cabinet and it's going to do the same thing next time you use it, or maybe it's going to do the same thing on a trip. So there's a short-term and a long-term fix you can do for it. But I called MSR and told them about the issue, and I'll show you what the fix is when we throw it in the bucket. So let's throw it in there. Alright, so we'll just throw this thing in here. You can see, oh, the guy from MSR told me that I screwed it on too tight, so just hand tightening here. Hose out of the way. So we fill it up, build up some pressure, and you can see water's just, yeah, water shouldn't come out of that part. Minor detail. You also don't build up enough pressure inside to actually get any flow out of where the clean water should come out of, so that's a bit of a problem. My initial thought was that this gasket on the inside was messed up. Kind of this little black gasket right there that should seal that part of it. But everything's good on that. Everything looked good, so I screwed it back on, and yep, still does it. So I unscrewed it just a little bit, and that actually fixes the problem. It's obviously an engineering flaw either between the outer shell or the actual part that screws into it. So I called MSR, and I told them the problem, and they told me to do what I had just done, was unscrew it enough. And he said to unscrew it enough to where you could about get a credit card into this little gap right here. This is a $350 purifier, and you're telling me that the solution is to put a gap in it? Come on, guys. You gotta be kidding me. So every time you screw a bottle or a bag on here, it tightens it up, and again, you're back to leaking all over the place. So I just decided to make a kind of a permanent gap here. I tried using the clear can on a Pringles can and cut that to shape, and it wasn't quite thick enough to do it. It would kind of seal it, but if you snugged it just a little bit, it would still leak. So I went to Home Depot, and they've got these kind of cut your own gasket size pieces. I found them back by the like little O-rings and stuff, and so I just cut out a piece. I just used a razor blade to do it. It was easy, and actually used the Pringles part that I had cut out as a kind of a template of fitting on there. And all you have to do is unscrew it. Slide the piece around the bottom here. So if you are out on a trip and your Guardian starts doing that, you can get by just unscrewing a little bit. Or you can do kind of more of a permanent fix. Oh, and by the way, they said they were looking at making a fix for future models or generations of the Guardian. So yeah, apparently they're not even looking to give a solution. Which, make a little ring like this and send it to people. That's your easy fix right there. Oh, not even in the water. So there you go. More of a permanent fix. You don't have to worry about over tightening it, which you don't really. I didn't have to over tighten it to make it happen. So yeah, so there it is. So yeah, a little disappointed on the reliability there of the Guardian. I have had it fail on me on 2 trips, and then, well, that kind of would have been a third failure had I not been able to figure out just backing it off would fix it. So losing a little confidence there in this thing. So, but yeah, I know somebody's going to have the same issue, so I thought I'd make this quick video. Also to say thank you to my 1,000 barely plus subscribers now. Subscriber numbers isn't anything that I've aimed for. It's always just to bring a closer look at the gear and stuff. that I use, and I have a whole bunch of gear that I should probably do reviews on, just haven't gotten around to it. So maybe those will come as spring gets here a little bit. And yeah, hopefully you found this video informative, and maybe I can get MSR to start making little gaskets to send to you when yours fails. So anyway, thank you for watching Watch Mike Hike. I'll see you on the trail, and happy trails. Bye.